When I tell that Pompeii can be full at the end of the 1500s, because they were digging through the hilly area. I had no idea, but what was like that. Okay? Continue all this, like up there, to the ground, it was visible. And they were digging from that side, from the river, from the Sarno River, they were digging to get the water from the Sarno to Torre del Greco. The tunnel, actually, the aqueduct, was being actually built by Domenico Fontana, which at the same time was building the Royal Palace downtown, where we were yesterday night. Okay? And when he made a report to the King of Spain, because we were not independent, we were under the Spanish crown, the king said, I'll tell you in a nice way, I don't mind what you have found, then you transform in a rude way. I don't mind what you have found, I want my water. But it was extremely rude. So Domenico Fontana could do anything else but just following his actually, sense of artistic sense, and also, thinking about the ancient past. Instead of digging like this, he started digging under the buildings. And we have a portion of this aqueduct right in the middle of the road, going all the way down to Porta Nocera, to the necropoli, very visible. We will see it. Just a curiosity, because they keep on pulling down all the Mediterranean umbrella pine trees. There were umbrella pine trees, and now the remains are just those roots. I'm not just telling you this because I'm sorry for the pine trees, but because the pine trees, the Mediterranean pine tree, umbrella pine trees, are not natural shaped. We trim them. Since they are some 11 years old, we start trimming, actually pulling down the lowest branches, because the Romans, in a very actually smart way, they understood this rooting system, and they start using all of them to flank the ancient Roman stratified areas, streets, roads, the ancient ones. So they built different layers to hold all the building materials of the roads. Instead of building the retaining walls on the side, they start planting the Mediterranean umbrella pine trees every 5 meters, and the roots would have done the rest of the work. It's clear. But why trimming the trees? Because you are a general. You are a general too. You ride a horse and we walk. We walk, and for us it's okay, it's fine. The trees branches are up here. But you got the horse plus you, and you will be killed. So little by little they got the shape of umbrellas. Mediterranean umbrella pine tree. It depends on the region you are, because if you pass Rome, you go Umbria, Tuscany, instead of the pine trees, cypresses. So they are planting the trees which are growing in a better way in that area. This is the paleobotanical archaeology. The gate is open. Oh, by the way, that's the site of the gymnasium. We did enter there. We got all the way here. The exhibit will be in this wing. So they should open also that door. We might see several plaster casts of the roots or the trunks of the trees which used to be in this orchard. Then we'll be walking all together through the portico. We'll be entering a wonderful area where a fountain was built, and some actually dining rooms too. And we'll be getting on to the main boulevard. That's a plane tree. You can see from the berries because the berries they also remind chestnuts, but they are not. We like to call sometimes by mistake wild horse chestnuts. The reason for planting them along the street in their orchard is just because now we pay for the electricity and they have no electricity. So what kind of fuel they are using? If you press those berries, you get resin oil or you get lamp oil that we like to call olio lampante. We say lamping oil, you say lamp oil. So what's the fuel for, you know, the illumination, for the light? Oh, that's a plastic cast. That's another one. Look, so just next to, a few meters far, they planted the same varieties. What we need actually to plant them for? First of all, because the dimension, the diameter of the trunks was telling us how old the plant was. So in this way, we could determine it in a certain way when the entire structure was built. So for us, it's extremely important because otherwise it would be impossible to say, oh, this is first century BC. How you know, you could explain. Well, sometimes just looking at the walls, the kind of building materials is the first century BC, but sometimes it doesn't say anything. See, that's first century, it's the first century BC. But then when you see the bricks, that's Roman. It's later. So we have a mix. We have a hodgepodge of the, you know, timing in a few words. This is our holly. We call it Hollywood because this kind of plant. Finally, the Mussolini and I have something that Pompeii, that face, is not high enough for you to make. So remember to do like this. Well, this is something like the ground, something you need to do there. You can do the high enough. That's the private spa of this house. And they also built the central heating system, where all the floors were suspended and the walls had a double skin, the void in between, the concatenatio, the space in between, the room in between. There are several ways to describe the situation. The double skin was connected with the suspended floor, and the central heating well was producing enough actually smoke or, you know, steam to heat the entire building. Well, kindly important. As we have some frescoes, fragments of frescoes, photos are allowed, but without flash, please. Don't touch anything, not even by mistake, because they will kill me. By the way, I need to do like this, because I forgot about, I didn't actually bring my backpacks, but I had to bring the radio ones. I put them here on the side, because I might turn and scratch maybe a fresco. So kindly pay attention right here. This was an extremely elegant garden. The shafts, the pillars are not symmetric, they are square. Where parts were missing, we made a compatible restoration, preserving restoration. So if you see a smooth area with no decoration, that's the added part. Hey, buongiorno. There's another collegial mine we haven't seen for a long the steps, they lead nowhere. The steps were to create a waterfall game. So the water was getting to the rocks on the side. It's like a spring of water creating the waterfall and refreshing the air of this beautiful dining space. Are due to the ancient technique was this. I like that one, I like the other one, chip all the other ones because I don't want anybody to get, like the order of what is left. Most of the spaces within the private spa were included with kind of little tesseras of glass space, colored glass space. With the absolute use of the spa. So like you're looking for a new house, how we can tell that? We have found the graffitos telling this is for renting, and if you rent it, you will use actually the spa. We are now getting onto the main boulevard of the town. Right on the other end, on my right, which is on eastward, we have the city gate. Is brand new, like this, including the faucet, is new. But we also have the original ones with the original faucets. The town was redoing the water supplying system. If we cross now, please. First of all, you will feel how actually uncomfortable the road is. And this is due to the ruts, the grooves left by the cars, the traffic, if you were. This was the main road of the town. Plus, when we got on the other side, you see how much they have dug, how much they stopped digging. They created like fences that you don't see. There are wooden fences under the plastic nets. Otherwise, all the materials will be invading the road. And one more time, we'll be having to dig the area. That house, due to the fresco, which is right at the end, unfortunately, is not over to the public at the moment, is called the House of Venus in the Conch. Because according to mythology, Venus was born from the sea. Well, there are many mythological stories. In a beautiful, actually, seashell. That's the plaster cast of a door. Cast of a door. So not only for cysts, but any kind of natural fiber material. Here we have another type. That kind is very dramatic when I saw it the first time. Plaster cast. Like this. See the skull? I think it's at noon. There are the bells or around noon?
Yeah.
Same noon. This is actually the sound of the bells of the shrine of Virgin Mary of Pompei, which doesn't belong to Italy, but is an extraterritorial belonging to the Vatican city-state. Oh, by the way, who was with me at Bosco de' Medici? Giuseppe Bosco de' Medici at the foot of Mount Vesuvius? Is right at the other end. The red building is already Giuseppe. So when you pass the railway they built, take a reading actually the area, there is a farm. And the farm is used for growing grain for Bosco de' Medici. So we have the history going on. In the meantime, there is some unbelievable tools. The longest tool, 25 meters. long. Houses were all plastered on the other part, like this. The first part was darker, the other part was a beige color. They were private, but the city had the right to use all the walls for advertising. But it's now free. You want to sell your wine, you come to the public office for publicity, advertising. You pay actually art for the day you want the publicity on the walls in the district. I will be sending it to you, whitewashing first, then
Sorry, the exit is on the other side. Uscita da naturale. The exit is on the other side. That's the entrance.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Cavolo, co bude?
Nevím, že
Už má další.
Co je ježiť? Dove można autone?
go.
Papà, mangiati come ti toglie l'antichità.
Andiamo, però non è nulla. E dai però andiamo.
Yeah.
This is fantastic, but I need your attention. To have a garden was telling people, hey guys, I'm richer than what you are. Because I did pass by your house, no matter you order your slave to open the door, I didn't see any garden. Not even a painted one on the wall. Which means I'm richer in what you are. So, most of the people thinking with this kind of mentality, they had the gardens painted on the wall. Thanking God, they finished the restoration of one of the painted gardens. Look, there's even a fountain in the middle. Come closer to see. There's a fountain, there are birds. Focus. Unfortunately, we cannot enter. So in one of the rooms on the walls, they painted a garden, so we have a garden. Because the rule is this. I need actually to talk with the younger people, with you. When you play on the tablet,
Yeah.
tablet is a Latin word. It's a tabula cerata.
I died.
Whatever actually you say, actually, you are playing, you see. So for you, it does exist. If you see a game, if you see people, if you talk with people, with your friend, they do exist. It's like you are there.
Yeah.
That's the ancient mentality.
Okay.
I see, it does exist. For our generation, it's different. See, but it's there, it's not here. My girlfriend is there, it's not here. No, their girlfriend's, no, she's here. Okay? So the mentality is going back to the Roman times, in a few words. So fake garden for us, but a real garden for them. Oh, as it is a real garden, they might want to fend to stop the evil eye, and many attributes will be put all around in order to stop the evil eye. Those kind of lock charts, they were producing a sound. The sound was like ting, 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 ting. Go to the archaeological museum in the secret rooms, and you see many items with tiny little bells. The bell sounds is ting, 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 ting in ancient time, so they are called ting, ting, nabula. Ting, ting, nabula, reproducing the sound.
Hi.
Onomatopoeia. Ting, ting, nabula. Important to know, all those marble slabs that you see at the corners, they have nothing to do with the ancient past. The time they decide to make those kind of maps, they also decide to split the entire area, 64 acres, in 9 different sections. Each one is called region. So when you read those actually bubbles like you see REG is regione, region number 1, insula, block number 12. Sometimes, as at this spot, much lower, you read Già region 2, block 2, already known as region number 2, block number 2. What's the meaning? Till the time they were placing on the walls those, they didn't know about the existence of the other buildings. So they are upgrading and renaming. It's not the street name because they have no street names. If you want to know where I live, I'll tell you. Okay. I live nearby the fake garden house. You keep on going straight. When you see the mountain, turn because it's almost to the sunset tower. Okay. When you see the sun going the other way, that's where I live. Which means I live on the western side of the city, northwest of the city. That's it. We continue. Oh no, actually we need to go the other way.
Everybody's
This
been
is the
going.
pandemic.
Everybody's been going in there.
I cannot bring the rules and they find me. I'm risking my life. But as you see, in the video, everyone is like we have seen yesterday in Herculaneum, where they windows opening on the other part of the private wall. Herculaneum has because it was a summer resort like. They were protecting by those metal iron grate. That's an original one. Let's say that we are just 13 people. So we are like two groups, two families, so 13 people. The mountain, till a few hours ago, used to be 10,000 feet. So we are in the shadow of Mount Vesuvius. And all at once we start seeing from the northern wall, this material running. And we start running as fast as we could to reach the very lowest part, which is the city wall we could see from the bus. Are you full immersion in there?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Running. We are running though. When you pay attention, this kind of material is volcanic, and it works like tiny little round tables. You know that I fell down several times. And some, if you consider China started in 1790, Mamma mia. In 1979, so it's a long way. Maybe it fell down like 300 times.
Oh my God.
During winter more.
Oh yeah.
If you don't mind, I cannot help you because we don't have the original, the ancient carts, like a stroller at the time. They had the strollers for adults in ancient times. We do this. We walk all the way to, actually, we walk all the way down there to see the fugitive garden, the orchard, and then we do walk back here. Ciao cara, come stai?
Stavo entrando.
Sei entrata qua?
E pensavo che stavi entrando.
No, perché la signora non può camminare, dobbiamo prima andare là e dopo ritorno. Come stai?
Dobbiamo andare qua. No, però ho visto più che li hanno aperti.
Sì, però se tu vai all'uscita dell'anfiteatro, no. Solo qua.
Va bene, te?
I'm slowing down. I'm letting actually my colleagues, my friends actually come here to go. We are not saying that. Are you ready? Oui, ciao.
Can I cut the group in the middle?
You can go. Red seat, please. Let the photo go.
Grazie. Muchas gracias, señor.
This wall, know this place. Ooh, many beautiful forests. I've never noticed sometimes around the area where you live, the broken glasses at the top of the wall is to prevent thieves to jump into your property. It could work, but it's always better if we actually help for Priapus. Priapus, the short tiny little god, the second son of Venus, which was supplied with a huge attribute, which made him to suffer forever. Priapus, listen please, medical term, priapism. Have you ever heard about priapism? It's a main disease, very painful. Okay. It's not a